Well, this is what I started with, a box of scraps from Jennie and Davis. Honestly, when they first announced their scrap program, I kind of chuckled and scoffed at it a little bit. I've thrown a lot of scraps away over the years, and it never occurred to me that anyone would buy scraps through the mail. So I started by planing the scraps down. I decided that I was going to plane and square them up, get them to be 1 inch thick pieces. There were plenty. I could probably have made a cutting board. Um, so here they are after they've been planed. I glued them up. I ended up cutting them in half. They're roughly 9 inches tall at this point. This is the first one that I pulled out. I was a little anxious. I didn't wait for the glue to completely set up, but it was fine. The next step was to draw a curve and cut that on the bandsaw. One of the details of this design is that it has a hole that extends in each of the tines all the way around the vase. So I cut that on the drill press. The drill press doesn't have enough capacity to go all the way through, so I have to do that in a couple different steps. Everything gets sanded here on the drum sander, and then I also have a belt sander that I use to get it nice. Then this shows the first cut. I have a jig that I built for my bandsaw, and so the jig allows me to go back and forth and create the zigzag pattern. So here's after basically 3 cuts, 4 cuts, several cuts, and that's the finished product. So here it is gluing up. I just use these spring clamps. It only gets glued in one place, so you fold it around, and just a dab of glue will do you. And then here's me doing the actual cuts, and we don't have to do this all in 1x speed. It'd take too long. It's about 8 minutes to cut one of these, so I'll speed it up here. So you'll notice I cut one side and then I flip it around and cut the other. And then I have these spacers that move the block continually towards the blade, um, creating the tines. I made a batch of these about 5 years ago. That's when I made the jig. And when I got it out for this project, um, I'm not sure how it moved, but something had moved, and so the first one I cut wrong. It's pretty important that the distances on the left and the right hand side of the bandsaw blade are exactly right, so that each tine is cut um, exactly the right thickness. Once I got it adjusted, it went pretty smooth, and I was able to knock out 3 of these. That's it. I do sell these on Etsy from time to time. Um, I'll post the link.